What if the most powerful military alliance in human history is ending tonight? Not with a war, not with a betrayal, not with a single dramatic moment, but with a few fighter jets quietly flying home. No press release, no announcement, just silence. And that silence is louder than any explosion. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something the mainstream media is completely ignoring. The United States is currently at DEFCON 3. And in the 72 hours since that happened, something inside NATO has quietly broken. Stay with me, because this changes everything. First, let's understand what DEFCON 3 actually means. The US military operates on 5 alert levels. DEFCON 5, total peacetime. Normal operations. DEFCON 1, nuclear war is imminent. DEFCON 3 means the Air Force must be ready to deploy within 15 minutes. The last time America reached DEFCON 3 was 1962, during the Cuban Missile Crisis. The time before that? World War II. Today, in 2026, driven by the US-Iran nuclear standoff, America is back at DEFCON 3. This is not a drill. This is not a simulation. This is history happening in real time. Here's where it gets interesting. NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, is built on one core promise. Article 5. An attack on one member is an attack on all members. That promise has kept Europe safe for 75 years. It has kept Russia from crossing certain lines. It has kept smaller nations sleeping at night. But that promise only works if every member believes America will show up. And DEFCON 3 has just made Europe ask one question they have never seriously asked before. Will America actually show up for us when it's already stretched this thin? That question alone is cracking the foundation. Let's look at what's actually happening on the ground. Germany recently ended its Eurofighter deployment in Poland, a NATO air policing mission that was protecting Eastern Europe's skies. The mission ended in March 2026. Nobody has replaced them yet. France has always maintained an independent nuclear deterrent, completely separate from NATO. French doctrine has always said, our survival cannot be delegated to an ally whose interests may not perfectly match ours.
For 50 years, that was just a theory. Today, with DEFCON 3 on the board, it is an operational reality. Poland is reinforcing its own borders. The Baltic states are watching their skies. Every European government is running the same calculation. If America is fully stretched, can we afford to rely on Article 5? And different capitals are reaching different answers. Different answers, inside the same alliance, is the definition of fracture. Now here is the most important part of this entire video. Putin never needed to invade a NATO country to break NATO. He just needed to create the conditions where NATO members start choosing national survival over alliance obligation. Think about it. If Germany pulls back its jets, if France points its nuclear forces at national defense, if Poland builds walls around Warsaw instead of holding the eastern frontier, NATO's eastern flank has a gap. And gaps, in military history, are always exploited. Russia has spent 20 years engineering this moment, not through conquest, through patience, through creating a world where America's guarantee becomes uncertain enough that Europe starts protecting itself instead of trusting the alliance. And it is working. So where does this go from here? Europe now faces 3 options. Option 1, build its own military power. France and potentially Britain extending their nuclear umbrella to all of Europe. Germany tripling its defense budget, a European army that doesn't need America to function. Expensive, difficult, but possible. Option 2, a deal with Russia. Behind closed doors, Berlin and Paris are already exploring what accommodation looks like, recognizing Russian spheres of influence, reducing NATO's footprint near Russian borders. America won't like it, but a Europe that can't rely on America may not wait for America's approval. Option 3, nothing changes and the gap grows. The most dangerous option, because gaps without answers are exactly what wars are made of. Here's the question I want you to think about and answer in the comments below. If DEFCON 3 made European governments start choosing national survival over alliance loyalty, what does that tell us about every other American alliance around the world right now? Taiwan, South Korea, Japan. Are they watching? Absolutely. Are they drawing conclusions? You better believe it. The world built after World War II is being quietly dismantled, not with explosions, but with fighter jets flying home and phone calls that go unanswered a little too long. If this analysis gave you something to think about, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to understand what's actually happening. I'll see you in the next one.